Welcome back to the Path of Steel. This is Randy. If you're ever wondering why I'm always standing in this place, because I particularly love this tree. This is a big old oak tree, a live oak in my front yard it's a southern live oak, but I named it the Lorax, and I just really like this spot. It's a good spot for me to set up the camera. But anyway, in case anyone was ever wondering why am I always standing in this one same spot, that's why, because I just really love this tree, and I thought it'd be a good spot to do these videos. Today I'm going to talk about step number 10 in my 12-step program, and step number 10 is all about encountering setbacks. When you encounter setbacks in life, which is inevitable, not everything's going to go your way. You're going to have your goals and you're going to have your aspirations, but they're not always going to work out. And when you hit these setbacks, step number 10 is to review everything that you've done right and everything that you've done wrong, and correct course to maintain the path of steel to stay on your upward spiral. Well, this has been a really useful one for me lately. I think I touched on it a little bit last week. I've been having some issues in my life, and I've realized that mostly it's because of a very common problem that people have, is that I've been making outcome-oriented goals. And when you make outcome-oriented goals, you take the power of your own creation of your reality away from yourself, because it is now dependent upon the outcome of the goal. If you instead make action-oriented goals instead, those action-oriented goals, as long as you take the actions, you're going to be successful in life. And not only have I been making outcome-oriented goals, I've been very, very attached to these outcomes. And it's been unhealthy for me. It's caused me a lot of problems. But step number 10 is to go back and review them. Now, if you go back to step number 6 is to forgive yourself your past failures. So I've been doing that too. It's only useful to go through your failures if you're doing it in a constructive way. If you're doing it in a way that's just beating yourself up, then it's not going to really help you to learn and to grow and to change and to overcome the problems that you've had in your past. And so, yeah, step number 6 has been very useful for me as well. But step number 10 is what I've been doing, and that's been very helpful for me. And one of my favorite quotes is from a guy named Willie Jolly, and he says, a setback ain't nothing but a setup for a comeback. And he's right. That's what it is. As long as you learn from it, and as long as you redirect your course and not keep making the same stupid mistakes over and over again. And that's what step number 10 is all about. It's an assessment of what got you to where you are, what you did right, what you did wrong, and then an evaluation of how to go forward in a positive way. So that's step number 10. Step number 10 for AA, I think, is just to continue to continue to do a searching moral inventory of yourself and admit that when you're wrong. And this is really one of my biggest problems with traditional 12-step programs. This constant looking at yourself for your own flaws, and there's never, they never give themselves a break. And it's just constantly more of that, and then apologizing for it, and then doing more searching moral inventory, and then apologizing for that, and admitting it to someone, and then doing more searching moral inventory to find all your flaws. And it's, it might be a way to keep you from drinking, man, but it is not a path to happiness. That is not a path to happiness. I don't care what anybody says. And I've been to enough of those 12-step meetings to know that every time I walk into that room, I walk into a room full of some of the most depressed motherfuckers I've ever seen in my entire life. So that wasn't ever going to work for me. That's their step 10. Keep looking for your flaws. Listen, man, we're imperfect. We're imperfect creatures. If you keep looking for flaws, you're going to keep finding them. And then you're just going to keep having to, apologize for them, then keep searching for more. I don't see the point. I really don't. Why not, if you do look for things that you've done wrong, like my step number 10 is to figure out what you've done wrong. Well, that's with the purpose of moving forward in a positive way, to correct it, not to find the things that are wrong with me, but to redirect course, to stay on a positive course. And never forget step number 6. You gotta forgive yourself those past failures, because everybody fails. Move forward, reassess, move forward. A setback ain't nothing but a setup for a comeback. Anyway, next week is going to be 11 and 12, and that'll be done with the 12 steps. I'll probably do a video after that, just as like a long video recapping each step real quickly, to sort of like summarize the whole thing. I'm going to be talking about steps, I think 12 definitely involves something that I call the 3 laws, which I'll probably do a video on that specifically, and that'll come after I finish with the 12-step stuff. After that, I'm going to go on with this channel, but I don't really know where it's going to go. It's just going to be a lot of personal development and growth and goals and challenges and learning social freedom, and I hope you guys stick with me, and I hope I keep getting more subscribers. I've gotten, I think, 2 more subscribers, so that's really good. Thank you for subscribing, and I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.